back to my channel, Alex in the Sunlight. I'm Alex and I'm so happy to see you. The purpose of today's video is to find out what changes are in store for you within the next 10 days. I was really inspired to do this because I'm recording this on the 12th. It's not going to go up on the 12th, but I'm recording this on the 12th, and between the 12th and the 21st, all of these ones and twos, it's like this portal, and I really feel like for the past this whole week, it's a Thursday, and this whole week I've just felt like, wow, so many things are happening, so many things have happened in my own life, and change is definitely afoot, because 2020, if you've been watching my other videos about what's going on in 2020, which you should, is going to be a huge year, and we can't take what we've had in this past decade with us. So lots of changes happening, so watch this video to find out what changes are in store for you, okay? If the reading resonates with you, please like this video, subscribe so we can spend more time together, hit the notification bell so that you are notified when I do upload. I upload twice a week. Follow me on Instagram at Alex in the Sunlight. Consider becoming a patron over on my Patreon page, patreon.com/AlexInTheSunlight. And just because it is the holiday season, if you're still doing your Christmas shopping, check out my botanical coloring book that I sell on Amazon. Down in the description box below, there's a link there. It's filled with patterns and nature scenes, word searches, and affirmations, and everything is hand-drawn, handwritten by myself. I think it makes a really great gift to yourself or a loved one, or just like a stocking stuffer. So check that out if you're interested. Okay, so we've got 3 groups today. Group 1, smoky quartz. Group 2, amethyst, and group 3, selenite. If you've already chosen your pile, that's totally fine. But if you could just humor me and close your eyes, take a deep breath in through the nose, filling the chest and the belly with breath. And as you exhale, ask your angels, your higher self, or your spirit guides to aid you in choosing the correct pile for you, so that when you open your eyes, the one you are drawn to first is the right one. Okay? Let's get started. Hey, group number 1, those of you who chose smoky quartz. Okay, so overall, like the biggest message that I keep hearing over and over again is attitude adjustment. You guys are the biggest change is going to be your attitude within the next 10 days. But before I get into more detail, let me show you the cards. So you've got Uplift in reverse from the tarot, from the Teal Swan Frequency Tarot deck. 8 of Vessels in reverse from the Wildwood Tarot deck. Balance from the same deck. Green Man Synergy from the Earth Magic Oracle deck. Believe in Dreams from the Oracle of the Angels deck. And Striving from the Wild Offering Oracle deck. So yeah, like I said, you guys, you're in for an attitude adjustment. So like I feel like a lot of you guys have, you've been through some stuff. We've all been through some stuff, but particularly with you guys, I feel like you've definitely let it discourage you. You've definitely felt like it's been like weighing on you and things not going your way, and I feel like your relationships may have suffered due to your feelings of kind of like disappointment, or your feelings of just being kind of like lethargic maybe, and I feel like you think this is an external issue, and it's really not. It's about you. Like you've been overexerting yourself in certain areas and letting other areas kind of go unattended, and that's nobody's fault. It can't be fixed by external circumstances. It's something that you're going to have to take on, and I feel like that's what you guys are going to realize within the next 10 days is like, you know what? Okay, things happen in life. My life is not going to look perfectly as I think it should all of the time. In the grand scheme of things, your life is absolutely perfect because it's yours and it's how it is meant to be. At every stage of it, even when you think things are going wrong, everything is a blessing if you can look at it that way. It doesn't mean you don't cry. It doesn't mean that you don't feel hurt. It doesn't mean that you don't feel frustrated, but not to identify with those feelings, right? So you feel sad. You are not sadness, you know what I mean? Or you feel, anxious, but you are not anxiety personified. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you guys are going to get an attitude adjustment. I feel like some things are going to be set into motion that kind of like force you to kind of take stock of your life right now and realize what you want to bring with you into 2020 and what you want to leave behind. And I feel like these things aren't physical. I feel like it's definitely your mindset. I think you guys are going to start realizing within the next 10 days, like, okay, when I worry, it doesn't manifest thousands of dollars. When I worry, it doesn't make me feel closer to my partner. When I worry or when I have a bad attitude, it doesn't make me feel more empowered. So maybe that is the issue, right? Not necessarily that this or that thing is going wrong, but that my attitude towards it makes me suffer twice, right? You've got the Eight of Vessels in reverse here, and I feel like you're gonna start realizing, like I said, what you want to bring with you and what you want to leave behind. And I think at this point you think this is about external stuff, but I feel like this is emotional. I think that over the next 10 days you're gonna actually realize, like, this isn't this isn't their problem. This isn't, the problem with where I live. This isn't a problem with my job per se. It's manifesting in those areas because there's something internally wrong. Like, there's something emotionally that I feel. And like I said, I feel like it has to do with your attitude and how you're looking at your life. And it's not to say that you don't have a right to feel dissatisfied with things, but you're keeping yourself unable to figure out how to get yourself to be satisfied by just, maintaining this kind of like Eeyore way of looking at things, right? I feel like you guys are very, when you want to be, you are very in tune. You're very attuned. You're very intuitive. You're very smart. You're very intelligent. And I feel like you have like this mind that can get a little overactive, and then it moves through your body, and like you're not realizing how everything is affecting everything, right? Everything is connected. I feel like you guys are going to start letting go of this illusion of separation, right? And you're going to start realizing how your mind, your thoughts, the way that you breathe, the way that you move through life is all connected. And so you're going to start seeing like the little cracks in certain areas. And I think you're going to bring yourself into balance. So whatever events come up, whatever obstacles come up, whatever challenges, they're there so that you can wake up and you can start realizing, where you are responsible, where others are responsible, and, where you can meet in the middle. Even if this is just within yourself, even if you're not having any issues with your relationships, this could just mean you and your ego. Like, okay, where can we meet in the middle, right? And you're going to start to be with this synergy. I feel like synchronicities are going to be all around you. You're just going to have to pay attention to them, but they're going to be there. And I feel like you're going to start recognizing when you're having, a pessimistic thought, or when you're having like an ego-driven thought. You're going to notice it. Like, you're not going to identify it with it as quickly anymore. And you're going to be like, okay, so this is how I'm reacting to this right now. And like, you don't have to judge yourself for it, and you don't have to try and pick it apart. Just observe. Okay. I feel like you guys are going to receive a lot of downloads and a lot of information that you don't have right now through observing what's going on in your mind. And I also feel like, this is about connection. I feel like with this balance and this uplift and reverse, you guys are going to start, through having these realizations about yourself and your attitude, you're going to realize what's really important to you and who's really important to you. And I feel like there's somebody in your guys' life that probably really needs you, and maybe you've kind of been neglecting them or avoiding them or ignoring them because subconsciously they need you, or because you've just been so busy striving, you've been so busy working, you've been so busy sulking that you haven't noticed like there's somebody who's like reaching out for you. So I feel like you're going to like look up and see them there and reach out back. You know what I mean? And I think for some of you, not everybody, because not everybody is in a relationship, but for some of you in a relationship, it's going to be that kind of like, okay, you're deciding, do I care enough about this person to work through whatever obstacles ever come our way, because that is life. If you are expecting things to be completely easy and they haven't been, and that's why, you know, you've had these thoughts, I feel like you're gonna kind of like look at your relationships and be like, is this the person, or are these the people, like, because they could be friendships that, you know, make me feel like, or that I feel like, you know, are worth doing this whole thing with, like, right, this whole thing called life with, right? Because if you have friends that are kind of like bringing you down or holding you back, or if you've been avoiding friends because you're in a funk or anything, I feel like all of this is going to be brought up within the next 10 days, and you're going to come out of it more balanced, more aware, and know who you want to bring with you and who you want to leave behind. But you're going to be coming at it from a much clearer perspective, because I feel like up until this point you guys have been kind of like making decisions based on temporary emotion, and it's been leaving you dissatisfied and disappointed because you weren't making choices from a clear and authentic place. If you say something out of anger, right, you want to instantly take it back. So maybe the best thing to do in that situation is to wait till you're not angry, assess your thoughts, and then come at it, right? I feel like that's what this is going to be. Like, you're like, oh, okay, you know, actually the worrying, the pessimism, the pushing away, the overextending myself, the overwork, it hasn't got me what I thought it was. So maybe I should do something different. Instead of just continuing in the same pattern, I feel like you guys are going to break out of this pattern and break out of all of the extremes, right? You're going to come into balance, right? Understanding that, like, you know, discussions don't need to turn into arguments. You don't have to place blame. If something goes wrong, you don't have to spiral right away. You can pause and just be like, okay, before I react, let me assess the situation. Is there an easier or better solution rather than losing it, right? And I think that this kind of coming back into balance, this change in mindset, and this change in attitude, and this more even temperedness that you're going to attain is going to help you to believe more in your dreams. You guys have a dream, and it's partially why you've been uh, so kind of like emotionally or mentally all over the place, because there's something that you really want. And when you are in an even tempered state of being, when you are in a balanced state of being, you are in a much better position to make it happen. And I feel like you guys are going to realize that. But I just want to read to you what the striving card says, because I think it's important. Eventually, the individual ego's drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to answers as they arise. Thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. Yeah, change of attitude and going with the flow. That's what's going to go on within the next 10 days. And I know, you know, if this sounds uneventful for you, understand that this is the kind of energy that moves mountains, right? This is the kind of energy that brings about new worlds. Not, it doesn't always have to be fireworks and bangs and bells and whistles. Like, a lot of the most profound shifts happen when we are still and when we can find that balance within us, right? A change in your attitude can work wonders. You'll see. You'll really see. Okay? That's all I've got for you guys, group number 1. I really hope the reading resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if it did. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the info is in the description box, so check it out. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. I truly appreciate it. The magic in me honors the magic in you. Be well. Bye. Hey, group number 2, those of you who chose Amethyst. All right, so this is very encouraging. This is really good stuff. But before I get into some detail, I want to show you the cards, okay? So you've got Relationship from the Teal Swan Frequency Tarot deck. Nurture from the same deck. It just fell out. Ace of Vessels from the Wildwood Tarot deck. The Archer from the same deck. It's another pop-out card. Island, Solitude from the Earth Magic Oracle deck. awareness from the Oracle of the Angels deck, and body from the Wild Offering Oracle deck. So this is great. You guys, in the next 10 days, your relationship to self and to others, if you are in a partnership or not, friendships, every aspect of, your emotional relationship and like heart-centered life is going to be revamped, renewed, rebirthed. I feel like, you guys have been working on some of this stuff for a while already. This has to do with self-esteem. This has to do with giving and receiving love. And it's like encompassing all aspects of that. This isn't just about romantic relationships. This isn't just about friendships. This is about your relationship with yourself and how you treat yourself and how you love yourself and how that mirrors to you in your relationships with others. But I feel like it's going to be a really great time where you are feeling more loving and feeling more open to being loved. Your relationships are going to come to the forefront. Like I said, all aspects of that. So I feel like you guys are going to be learning to be more confident in yourself. Things that once hindered your self-esteem don't matter anymore, and it's not like nothing can hurt you, but it's almost like, you are above it now. Like you are realizing like you deserve to live a life without disliking what you see in the mirror every day, or without, doubting yourself, without self-deprecation. And I feel like you guys are going to be accepting you in all of your entirety. Just, on the good days and the bad days, on the days you feel cute, and on the days you feel like a potato, right? You're just going to be like, regardless of what it is, I am worthy, I am valuable, and I mean way more than what I look like, and I am worthy, right? I feel like you guys are going to find your self-worth, and then you're also going to be in this really like affectionate space. Like I feel like you guys are going to, like I see you guys in like this plush, like if your life in the next 10 days is like a room, it's like the walls are lined with pillows, and there's like, really cozy space, and it's like, this is a safe space. We can come here, we can talk about our feelings, we can hug it out. And it's going to be a really nurturing time. So let's say it's going to be a very, it's going to be a time filled with duality as well. So I feel like there's going to be, stuff going on, I guess externally with as far in regards to your relationship. So there's going to be lots of nurturing, like I said, lots of affection, lots of emotional freedom, and you guys might meet somebody new. If you were single, like you might come across somebody new who just really makes you feel like so good, and you guys like just start dating, and it's like this whirlwind romance, right? But it's gonna last. I feel like if you do enter into a new relationship, it's going to be a really strong bond. And if you're already in a relationship, these bonds are strengthening. These current bonds are strengthening. There's going to be a lot more honesty, a lot more openness, open-mindedness. Like I said, nurture. I feel like nurturing and giving and receiving love and affection is going to be at the forefront. You are going to realize how integral that kind of activity or that kind of energy is to having a happy life, just enjoying the time that you get to spend with your loved ones. And this is also talking about the relationship you have with yourself. So you're going to feel like, you're feeling yourself, and you're looking at yourself in the mirror in a different way, and you're like wearing what you want to wear regardless of what you think others are going to think about it. And you are kind of switching your mindset around how you love yourself and how you value yourself and what it means to be worthy and what it means to have worth, right? And it's going to be switching for the better. Then on the opposite side, or maybe not on the opposite side, but just, alongside this is going to be, a lot of introspection, a lot of going within, a lot of alone time maybe. So your relationships will be strengthened, but at the same time, I feel like you guys are going to take some time to be by yourself, not to get away from anybody, but so that you can just get more in tune with what it is that you're actually thinking and actually feeling. And I think you guys are going to start to notice how much your thoughts and your feelings affect your life and affect what you end up manifesting. It's not like you're going to sit there and think like, oh crap, like I've manifested some crazy stuff. It's just more so you're going to be like, okay, this is actually what's going on internally. I have the quiet time to actually hear what's going on internally now. And if you look at this awareness card, this is you guys over the next 10 days. Just like, I hope you can see it. It's like a person, she's sitting at the foot of a tree, gazing at the night sky with all the stars and the planets, but in the night sky is her reflection, right? So I feel like, you guys are also going to have like these discoveries about yourself, and you're going to like you. Like I feel like, your emotional life is going to be healed and recovered and new. And there will be this deeper awareness of what's going on within you and how you can really take control of that. And that will bring you to a deeper awareness of everything going on around you. And I feel like you guys are going to be manifesting harmony. This 10 days is about emotional fulfillment, loving yourself, and using those energies to create harmony in your life and to really like lay the breeding ground down for loving energy and positive energy. And yeah, like I said, I feel like you guys are going to be looking in the mirror and liking what you see, and not because you finally have the body, or you finally have the right makeup or the right haircut or anything like that. It's not going to have to do with that. It's just going to be like you guys are going to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, yeah, I like what I see because it's me. It's who I am. It's what the universe gave me to work with. And that's amazing and that's beautiful, because you do have the body card here. And I just want to read to you what it says because I think it's important. Show me, divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. Yeah, and I feel like this body acceptance is going to help facilitate deeper connections within your relationships, because when you feel good about yourself, you can really open up to other people. And when you feel confident and safe and secure with being around other people, even if that's just one person and that's your partner, it can really work wonders and really create long-lasting happiness in your life. So I feel like that's what you guys got going on. And it's really nice. It's really beautiful energy. I'm really happy for you guys. But okay, that's all I've got for you guys, group number 2. I really hope the reading resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if it did. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, all of the info is down below if you're interested. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. I truly appreciate it. The magic in me honors the magic in you. Be well. Bye. Hey, group number 3, those of you who chose selenite. Okay, so you guys are going to be going on some kind of an inner journey to sift through all of the influences that you've had in your life, to go back to who you actually are, who you were as a child, the things that you wanted when you were little, and how that translates into who you are as an adult today. It's real deep stuff, but before I get into details, I want to show you the cards. A couple of them like popped out, so I just rocked with it. But the first one you have is Integrity from the Teal Swan Frequency Tarot deck. King of Stones from the Wildwood Tarot deck. The Sun of Life in reverse from the same deck. The Six of Vessels in reverse from the same deck. DNA Karma from the Earth Magic Oracles. Strength from the Oracle of the Angels deck. And Solitude from the Wild Offering Oracle deck. So you guys are going to be taking some alone time, some much needed alone time. Not because, people are bad or anything like that, but just because you guys specifically have been influenced and very impressionable throughout your life. And you may not even realize how influenced you've been, and you may not realize how much of your life today, if you are dissatisfied with certain aspects of it, are because you were making choices that weren't actually in alignment with what you really wanted. And I feel like this is about getting back to, okay, what is it that I actually want? And I feel like you will be successful at it. I feel like you're going to come out of it and you're going to know the right choices to make for you. But you're going to be thinking about stuff. It's this is encompassing so much energy. Like I really see all the elements here. I see water, I see fire, I see air, I see earth, like I see all of it. So I really feel like this is kind of going over your entirety and being like, okay, like I am not, what my mom said. I am not what my dad said. I am not their fears. I am not their dreams. Like I have my own, desires and ambitions that have nothing to do with what anybody else has wanted. And I feel like that's why you're going to be taking this time alone, because you're realizing, like, okay, I need to not hear anybody else's voice right now but mine. There will be choices on the other end of this that you are in a much more empowered position to make, because you are coming at it from a space of integrity and also from a space of happiness. Like I feel like going through all of you might be going through memories of your childhood and realizing like things that were painful, or realizing things that you kind of suppressed and how that's showed up in your adult life, and realize you're going to have this realization like, okay, to heck with all of that other stuff. I need to find out how I can have fun. I need to prioritize play. Maybe you guys go through a walk to go on a walk through the park by yourself, and then you see some kids playing, a sport or something, or with their parents or something, and it just reminds you, like, oh, yeah, like play should be a part of life. Having fun for the fun of it should be a part of life, and it hasn't been a part of mine for so long, or for a little while. Why is that? And I think you're going to discover, maybe some unconscious, subconscious blockages that you've had from childhood. A lot of us have generational trauma. A lot of us have, fears that and worries and anxieties that aren't our own, because they were projected onto us as children from the guardians in our life, right? And it's not to say that they meant to do that. They probably just, thought they were doing something good, or they meant well. But in actuality, they just kind of imbued us with, these negative emotions that aren't actually ours. And then we end up carrying them for as long as it takes until we wake up and realize this isn't my baggage. So I think that's what's happening with you guys, is you're waking up and you're realizing this is not my baggage. I have been without play and fun for too long. I need to start figuring out how I can go and have a good time. And I feel like you guys are going to put yourself in a better position to manifest the resources to have a good time too, because I keep looking at this King of Stones, which is the King of Pentacles in traditional tarot. So it's making me feel like, this is going to free you up to make better financial decisions. If you have been looking for a job or that you enjoy, or if you've been looking for ways to make more money, or if you've been looking for a promotion, or if you've been starting a business, I think it will be very successful. And this success is going to be facilitated by you freeing up all of this space in your head that's been filled with other people's thoughts, and like I said, all these impressions that have been made on you, right? You guys are probably very, willing to listen to others' opinions and things, and that is totally fine, and that's actually a pretty positive attribute to have. But you're gonna have you're going to prioritize integrity, your own integrity, doing things that are ethically, morally, and authentically right for you, right? You can listen to others, but that doesn't mean that you have to become them. That doesn't mean you have to agree with them. That doesn't mean, two things can be true at the same time. Someone can tell you something that's completely profound and you think, wow, that's amazing, that's so right. It may not work in your life. You know what I mean? It may not work for you. So you're going to have these realizations of, I can take it or leave it. I can take someone's advice, but I don't have to change my personality for it. I don't have to make huge life decisions based on what somebody else says, because people can think they know your life forwards and backwards. The only person who knows what's right for you is you. So in the next 10 days, you guys are going to realize that. And you're going to start to honor that. And I keep looking at the sun as well. And I think, yeah, I feel like, this solitude is going to kind of send you guys into a reverie. And you're going to remember things, times when you were happy, times when you were sad, when you were little. I really feel like you're going to think about when you were little and how that little you is still within you today and is probably been calling out to you like, we want to do something different, or that wasn't exactly what we meant, or like, don't listen to this person, or you know what I mean. And I feel like you guys are going to start realizing that you got to pay attention to that voice more and lead from there more, because I feel like we came into this world and we knew everything, and then we got hit with amnesia. And then like everybody around us was like, okay, I can project onto this child and I can make them what I want to make them. And I feel like you guys were a victim of a lot of that. And like I said, it doesn't mean that they meant to harm you or anything. It's just like, okay, now that you are older, you are tasked with this responsibility to sift through the garbage, to shut off the noise and tune into your own frequency. And that may be a little bit scary for you guys. You may not feel like you have the confidence to do it, but you do. You have the strength to do it. Call on your angels, call on your spirit guides to help you if you feel like you don't have the strength to do it, because you really do. You can make a decision. All right. I feel like some of you guys are Libras, some of you guys are Gemini, some of you guys don't like making decisions, but you can. You can make a decision. And if you're like, but I don't know which one to do, ask yourself, is this within my integrity? Is this morally, ethically, authentically okay with me? Right? Does this feel right? If it doesn't feel right, that's probably an indication that something's off. And if you feel like it doesn't feel right either way, that's an indication for stillness. You don't have the answers yet. That is also okay. You don't have to rush anything, okay? So yeah, within the next 10 days, I feel like, some alone time is going to do you some good, and you're going to be manifesting that money that you want. I really feel that way. But let me read to you the solitude card, because I think it's really important. It's so beautiful, right? It's like a garden. But it says, once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. And I know it's saying people, and for some of you, this is people, right? For some of you, you're like looking for your tribe or whatever, and that is totally fine, and they're going to show up. But I really strongly feel like this is solutions. The right solutions, the right decisions, the right choices for your life are going to appear when you take that time to just be with yourself and be quiet. And you don't have to force anything, you don't have to chase anything, you don't have to make anything happen. You just got to be with what is right now, and then let the solutions come to you, right? From this authentic space, from this quiet space where you're not being influenced by this person and that person, or what your parents said or your guardian said. You're just like, okay, what does insert name here think, right? For you, whatever your name is, like, what do you think? What do you feel? And like I said, if you're finding trouble having confidence in that, call on your angels. They're there waiting for you to reach out to them. They will, imbue you with that confidence. They will remind you who you are and where you came from, right? Because that is another big aspect of this, is like who you are, where you came from, right? And feeling the empowerment in that, right? And I bet you a lot of you guys had a lot of confidence when you were little that you wish you could get back. And I feel like that's what it is too. Like if some of you were like never shy, you would sing and dance in front of everybody or anybody, and you didn't feel any kind of embarrassed, or maybe you were always so willing to share your ideas and your thoughts and opinions, and slowly over time through discouragement or through disappointment, like that kind of waned. But I feel like you guys are getting it back. Okay, so that's what's going on with you over the next 10 days. Really empowering, really, really deep stuff. I think it's going to be really great. Okay, but that's all I've got for you guys, group number 3. Let me know down in the comments below if this reading resonated with you. I really hope it did. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the information is in the description box for you to check out if you're interested. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. I truly appreciate it. The magic in me honors the magic in you. Be well. Bye.